Hello, right. This is lesson 7, and we're dealing with, oh, get that to work, linear equations. Okay, linear equations when there's no x squared involved pretty much most of the time, yeah? So we're not going to see one of those. Not for a minute anyway. Because that is in quadratics. Now, what we need to remember is you're going to get something like this, and your question is going to be solve for x, or just solve. Yeah, it means find the value of x. Now the equals sign is one of balance, so the items on the left hand side are equal to the items on the right hand side. There's the equal sign. So you've got 15, 3, x minus 3. So it's a balance. So if you add, subtract, divide, multiply, square, square root, anything to one side, you must do the same to the other side. So we need to find out what the x value is here. So in order to find the x value, we need to get everything apart from the x to the other side so we can work out what it is. Now we've got a minus 3. Now the sign before the number is important. So we have a minus 3, and we do what's called the opposite function. So where we see a minus, we do a plus. Where we see a divide, we do a times, that sort of thing. So we've got a minus 3. So we're going to add 3 to cancel this minus 3 out, which will be that. We'll be left with an x. Now if we add 3 to the left hand side, we must add 3 to the right hand side, which is equal to 18. So that's the answer. We've solved for x. X minus 3 is 15, therefore x is 18. We can have an x divided by 4 equals 3. And what we need to do is get rid of this divide by 4. Let's try and come down a little bit. Divide by 4. So the opposite of divide by 4 is multiply by 4. So the multiply by 4 on the left hand side will cancel it out, and we'll just be left with an x. And so we need to multiply the right hand side by 4 as well, which is 12. Now the squares do come into it a little bit. If we have, say, an x squared equals, I don't know, 49. Yeah, so we need to do the opposite of square, which is square root. So if we square root to the left hand side, the square and the square root cancel each other out, and we're left with x. And we square root the 49, which is 7 times 7, so that equals 7. Now one thing to remember here, that we know that 7 times 7 equals 49, but also minus 7 times minus 7 equals 49. So we've got two answers. It could be 7 or it could be minus 7. So we write it this way, plus minus. It could be plus 7, could be minus 7. Okay, let's get on to some other numbers. Do some examples of this. Can't go down any further. What's happened here? Let's make it big. I think that's right. Now we can go down there. So look at some examples of this. So if we have, let's see, 5y equals 35, then we know that it's 5 times y, so we need to do the opposite thing, which is divide by 5. That cancels the 5 times out. We need to divide 35 by 5, which is 7. Z minus 7 equals 7. The minus 7 is the one we need to get rid of, so we add 7. If we add 7, that cancels out. We're left with Z. Add 7 to the right hand side, and we've got 14. Okay, let's have a... So that's just with either an x or let's do one last one, yeah? 37 equals 13 minus 8x. Now this, we have just have one x, but we have minus 8. Now this is going to play an important part. So first of all, we'll get rid of the 13. So we'll take away 13 because this is a plus 13. So take 13 away, and we've got 24 equals minus 8x. Now, we've got the x being multiplied by minus 8. So we need to divide by minus 8. So if we have 24 divided by minus 8, that will equal x. And 3 eighths are 24, so it's 3. But remember the rules of multiplying and division with negative numbers, it will be minus 3 as an answer. And it doesn't matter whether you put it that way round or that way round, it's all the same thing. So the next part we looked at, it got more complicated where we had x on both sides. And we had a lovely example here of 5x plus 5 equals 4x plus 8, or lots of pluses. Now, what we need to do is eliminate the x's from one side or the other. And the simplest way to do this, when we've got these presented with these numbers, pluses, is subtract 4x from both sides. If we take 4x away from there, we're left with x plus 5. Take 4x away from there, and we're left with 8. And now we've got something similar to what we did just now. So we need to now minus 5 to get rid of that. And 8 take away 5 was 3. So x will equal 3 on that one. Another example of this, 3w plus 4 equals 2w plus 8. Okay, so we can get rid of the w's on this side by taking 2 away. So we'll do that, yeah? So take 2 w's away from both sides, which leaves w plus 4 on the left and 8 on the right. Now subtract 4, so that leaves w equals 4. Okay, you can soon get the hang of this. Soon get the hang of this. Let's see. We've got another one. So now 18 minus 4x equals 3x plus 4. Now we need to get the x's away from one side or the other. Now we could ordinarily, if we subtracted 3x, that would get rid of the ones on the right hand side, but then this would leave this as minus 7x. Try and avoid the minuses if you can. So the best way to get rid of the x's is to add 4x to both sides. So if we add 4x, it cancels out that minus and we're left with 18. And that will be 7x plus 4. See, no minus signs now. Take away 4. So take away 4 from that is 14 equals 7x. And divide by 7, which 14 divided by 7 equals x. Therefore, that's 2 equals x, or x equals 2. Now, that's the x's on both sides. Now, that's a level 3, I think. So then we looked at things with, or we are going to look at things with brackets in them. So if we have 4x plus 2 equals 20 and solve for x, let's expand the brackets. So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 2 is 8 equals 20, and then we can take away 8, which leaves 4x. Take away 8 from there is 12, and then divide by 4, which leaves x is 12 divided by 4, 12 divided by 4, so x will equal 3. So we can introduce a minus with a bracket equals 0. Don't worry about equaling 0. So expand the brackets. Minus 4y plus minus 4 times 3 is, it's a minus, isn't it? Yeah, I put plus without thinking there. I just copied. So let's go back and do minus 12 equals 0. So now I need to add 12. So I get minus 4y equals 12 and divide by minus 4. So y equals 12, divide by minus 4, which y equals minus 3. So how many minus signs can we put in it? I don't know. 4 minus 4n minus 9 equals 12. That's true. Let's try this. 4 times minus 4n is minus 16n. 4 times minus 9, 4 9s are 36, minus 36 equals 12. So let's add 36 to both sides. Minus 16n is 48, and divide by minus 16. So n equals 48 divided by minus 16, which is 4 16s are 48, so n will equal minus 4. 3 16s are 48, aren't they? 4 16s are 64. 3. Right, then the next bit we looked at involved fractions. So fractions, so let's 3y plus 3 divided by 9 equals 3. So when we got the fraction, get rid of the fraction bit first, and so we need to multiply by 9 because this means all of this divided by 9. So multiply by 9 will cancel all that stuff out there, and 3 9s are 27. Take away 3, so 3y equals 24, and divide by 3, so y equals 24 divided by 3, so y equals 8. And then it got a little, I don't know whether this is any more complicated, I don't think so. You just got more over there on the right hand side, minus 7. So what we need to do is multiply by 4. So that will cancel all that, divide by 4 there. Now multiply by 4, so I'm going to write it this way first. See, 4 is multiplying everything that was on the right. Then I'm going to expand the brackets. 16x and 4 7s are minus 28, and x plus 2. I've got x's on both sides. So I've had fractions, I've had brackets, and now I've got x's on both sides. So I'm just going to take away one x. That leaves 2 equals 15x minus 28. I'm going to add 28, sorry. So that will be just 15x on that side. 28 onto that is 30. And then divide by 15. So 30 divided by 15 equals x, which is 2. X equals 2 or 2. Right, now, fractions on both sides. So 3x plus 5 divided by 2 equals 4x plus 10 divided by 3. Now, when there was a fraction on one side, all we did was multiply everything by 2. So we could do it one bit at a time. So let's multiply by 2 first. So if I multiply by 2, that gets rid of that bit. So I'm left with that. Now multiplying by 2, I'm going to go 2 4x plus 10 over 3. I'm then going to go expand the brackets, which is 8x 3x plus 20 divided by 3. Now I'm going to multiply by 3, which will give me 3x plus 5 equals 8x plus 20. Expand the brackets, 9x plus 15 equals 8x plus 20. Get rid of 8 x's, we'll leave x plus 15 equals 20. Subtract 15, we'll leave x equals 20, subtract 15 is 5. Okay. Another thing to just look out for is, let's do 3x squared equals 75. Now the square is only being applied to the x. If it was everything, it would be 3x squared. That would be the whole lot, but it's not. It's just this. So first of all, we're going to divide by 3 to leave x squared equals, that divided by 3 is 25. Then we're going to square root it to get rid of the square, which leaves x, and the square root of 25 is 5, but it's plus or minus 5. And another one, last one, 3x plus 2 divide by 5. These are grade 5 questions. 5x plus 6 divided by 9. Right, so now I'm gonna do the multiply by 5 and the multiply by 9 at the same time. So over this side I'm gonna have 9 times 3x plus 2, and over that side I'm gonna have 5 times 5x plus 6. Expand the brackets, 27x plus 18 equals 25x plus 30. Lots of x's on both sides. I'll get rid of 25x, which leaves me 2x plus 18 equals 30. Then I'm going to subtract 18 to leave 2x equals 12, isn't it? Yeah, 12. And then I'm going to divide by 2, which is x equals 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Okay, and that is the end of that one.